Welcome to Innisfail and welcome to the Best of Five Chinook Hockey League / Senior Men's AAA Provincial Championship Series. It is game number one, the Innisfail Eagles versus the Stony Plain Eagles. Galen Hartvigsson here at the Twin Arena in Innisfail, and we just saw MLA for Innisfail Sylvan Lake. Devin Dreeshen present a Queen's Jubilee Medal to Brian Sutter, the former coach of the Innisfail Eagles, and Ryan Dodd also announcing that they're going to name the coaches room here after Brian Sutter. So he has built up these Innisfail Eagles, and they are trying to win their first AAA Provincial Senior Men's title ever here tonight. The Stony Plain Eagles have 14 of them. Now let's go to center ice. Let's go Innisfail Eagles. This game is underway. At center ice, Stony Plain is going to flip this one up and out of play, and it takes just 4 seconds for us to get our first whistle here. But again, Brian Sutter handing over the reins of the coaching for the Innisfail Eagles to Kevin Smith this season. And great to see Brian Sutter here. He got a nice round of applause before the game. On the other side of things, it's Brian Forsland and the Stony Plain Eagles. Forsland was here a couple weekends ago as Innisfail won the final regular season meeting with Stony Plain 4-0. Stony winning this face-off, bringing it back into the defensive zone here, and then a breakout pass hits the skate of Lee Gattery and goes to the near boards. Out to center it comes. Quentin Lizaway's got it there for the Eagles, drops it back to the defense, and now they'll set it up for Lizaway again. Misses the return feed. And the Stony Plain Eagles will dump one in. Knocked down by the stick of Jesse Lees. Lees up into the offensive zone, filtering it in, chasing in after it, going to the end wall. Heavily collision there. Comes around the boards. Thompson from the point with a drive that gets blocked. They've got Chi in behind the defense. Can't get it up to him, though. Gattery's pass goes to the far side instead. And an open ice collision there in the neutral zone. Thompson will go back for the Innisfail Eagles. Jordan Thompson makes his way to the blue line and out to center where he turns it over, and here comes Nelson Gattery. Gets it across match definition with the first shot of the game, and Climby making the save for the Innisfail Eagles. Climby posted a shutout in that 4-0 win for Innisfail a couple weekends ago over Stony Plain. That was a Chinook Hockey League game that took place after the Tyler Harstead fundraiser there, the alumni contest. Stony Plain keeping it in the zone here, but Innisfail is going to get possession back. Move it up the wing and out to center. Trying to get Farina in behind the defense, but that pass is going to go all the way down, and they're racing in after it. Getting a try from a sharp angle is Pierre-Luc Mercier. So the shots are one apiece here. We played a minute and a half. And again, back to that alumni game a couple weekends ago. That was a fundraiser for Tyler Harstead's kids. He unfortunately passed away at the age of 39 last year, but Brian Forsland, the coach of the Stony Plain Eagles, was one of the players in that alumni game. Team Joe Vandermeer defeating Team Pete Vandermeer 6-5 in that one. Off the defensive zone draw, Stony Plain has got it. Still no score. Minute and a half gone in this one. The Eagles keep it in here with Mercier with another try. Then we get a collision at the front of the net, and it's going to be a penalty against Innisfail. So Jordan Cook, starting goaltender here for Stony Plain, gets out of the net. Some trouble here at the front of the goal, and now they turn it over, and Farina will pick it up in the neutral zone. And the Stony Plain Eagles are going to get the first power play opportunity of this contest. It's a matchup here of goaltenders tonight that are both from Leduc. In that for the Innisfail Eagles, and having this face-off come down to his right is Matt Climby, 40-year-old from Leduc. Played in the MJHL with Truro and then on to Bemidji State. Had a cup of tea with the Dallas Stars and the Phoenix Coyotes, and then linked the American Hockey League career with the Chicago Wolves before heading over to Europe off the face-off. Stony Plain controlling. First power play chance of the game. Set it up on the outside. Get it to the high slot. Shot is going to be blocked, and it's not going to get out of the zone, though. It's going to stay in as it's off the stick of Vandermeer. And now a chance to get it out, and the Innisfail Eagles are able to do that as Riley Simpson backhands it the length of the ice. Stony Plain going to go back after it. Spencer Galbraith up ahead to center. Here comes Nelson Gattery. In over the line, lost the handle, and the Innisfail Eagles able to fling one all the way down the ice. First 40 seconds is gone in this power play chance. And a scoreless game one. Two Innisfail Eagles in on the forecheck here. Their captain, Chad Robinson, out there getting some help in the offensive zone from Brandon Arnold, and they've hemmed in Stony Plain. Robinson, 30-year-old from Minnedosa, Manitoba, is going to head off for a change. And Stony Plain, first minute of this power play has expired. Almost 3 minutes into a scoreless first period. Here comes Jordan Chi up into the offensive zone, into the corner, spills to the ice along with Dan Vandermeer. tied up in behind the goal. Down to 40 seconds in the power play. Visitors able to get it back to the point. And shoveled back to the far boards by Tom Chuck. Now it comes around to the near side, and that's an easy clear for Innisfail. 30 seconds left in the first power play of the game. A little miscommunication at the side of the net, but Stony Plain gets away with it, and Sean Nolt will carry it up the ice. Down the wing, over the line, drops it back to the point. Quickly they move it to the far side. Tom Chuck down into the corner. Working it on the outside with 10 to go in the power play. Now getting bumped there. Front of the net to get a chance, and a save is made by Climby. He closes the pads on Sean Nolt, and now the Innisfail Eagles the other way with a one-on-one. It's Zane Jones, the big power forward from Olds, taken to the end wall before he could get to the net, and now a scramble. Pops free, and Stony Plain will get a chance to move out. Matt Stefanition, veteran of many Chinook Hockey League battles, sending it in. Climby chops it around the boards, and it'll come out to center. 4 minutes gone in game one. Still waiting for the icebreaker in this series. Innisfail's killed off a penalty. Now get it up ahead to Justin Farina. Farina missed Mercier with that pass. Took a hit from Granger. Got it in deep. And now Farina with a turnover. Lost it. And Stony Plain able to force it out to center. Stefanition will pick it up, and he bounces off of Mike Marianchuk, and then gets hit in the offensive zone there, thrown by Jesse Lees as he took Spencer Galbraith to the wall. Back the other way, Innisfail. Farina on the back end. Behind the net for Mercier. Mercier waiting, tries from a sharp angle. That missed the mark, and it's out to center. Unfortunately for Innisfail, McMillan is there to prevent a 2-on-1. There's Mercier taking the feed, gaining the line. Mercier with a long try, deflects off a stick into the corner after it. Stony Plain will get it up the middle, and here comes Chi trying to turn on the speed. 1-on-2, long shot. Climby steers that to the wall with the blocker. Another try, misses the mark. Around it goes at the far point. Jordan Pink has to clear out of the zone. Now his pass up ahead for Gadry is picked off, and Quentin Lizaway with a sharp feed to the center ice stripe, and the Innisfail Eagles dump it in, and Ty Clay will retrieve it. Clay in the corner with Lizaway out front off a stick of Parker Smith, and Stony Plain will rush it up ice. Taking his time was James Carson. Threaded it between the defenders, but Climby then for Clay, and up ahead Lizaway. Lizaway steered to the outside neatly there by the defense of David Boychuk, and Tom Chuck for Stony on the end wall. More than 6 minutes played here, still no score as it goes back to the far side, and after it for Innisfail is Parker Smith, son of the head coach. Kevin Smith comes out to center, and back to the Innisfail line for Dan Vandermeer. Cross to the far side, right back to Vandermeer, then up ahead, looking for Robinson, but out of his reach and all the way down. It will be an icing call. Game one here tonight in Innisfail. Then a break, and then on St. Patrick's Day, Innisfail will head to Stony Plain for game number 2. And game 3 will be back here on March the 18th. If necessary, game 4 will be in Stony Plain on March 24th. And then if necessary, a 5th and deciding game here in Innisfail on March the 25th. No score as of yet. Innisfail off the defensive zone draw, starting out. Going to go offside here as Kelly was in ahead of everybody else. Jonas Gordon trying to control it at the blue line there, but an offside against Innisfail. Innisfail finished the regular season with a record of 10-1. Stony Plain was 6-3-0-2. Innisfail winning 5 of the 6 meetings with Stony Plain this season, including 1 in overtime and 1 in a shootout. Both of those 4-3 overtime games took place at the Glen Hall Centennial Arena in Stony Plain. Off the draw, Eagles get it in. Stony Plain trying to work it out on the left wing boards. Simpson reaching for it, but Stony Plain controlling. We'll get across center and pump it in. Climby will stop it behind the Innisfail net, and now a rink-wide feed to Thompson. Headmans it for Kelly. Kelly over the line. Kelly saucer pass into the slot for Chad Robinson. Can't handle it as it slips away, but Simpson is there to keep the cycle going. Now behind the net, Braden Doucette out to center. And then off of the boards here, Gadry gets knocked down by Thompson. Gadry gets right back up, however, and sends it in. Thompson for the home team, picking his way to the neutral zone. Hard pass up ahead for Mercier, and then just ahead of the play, Jones offside on the right wing. 12:22 left in our opening period. At this point, Stony Plain, with the benefit of having the lone power play of the game, has a 4-1 lead in shots. So Matt Climie, a little bit busier than Jordan Cook. Jordan Cook, the Kelowna Rockets, and then off to the University of Saskatchewan before playing in Romania. Now off the draw here, Mercier gets bumped, and Stony Plain will make its way to center on a 3-on-3. Chi trying to take this pass in the middle, but he gets stood up, and the Eagles clear. Down the ice, Mercier racing after it. Jones going to the net. Mercier trying to delay. Can't get the pass through as he gets taken down. Play continues. Comes to the line. Brandon Rude will let a shot go. That's off a stick. And then Cook with a great feed to center. And here comes Chi for Stony Plain. Chi over the line. Delays. Sets it up. Great chance, but it's fired up and out of play by Chad Holman. So that was a nifty setup there, all jump-started by the feed from the goaltender, Jordan Cook. As we mentioned, a 29-year-old from Leduc and Kelowna Rockets, then the University of Saskatchewan, and then on to Romania. It was his most recent stop playing some pro hockey overseas. Gets the start here for Stony Plain tonight. Faced just one shot so far. Innisfail off this defensive zone draw. Jesse Lee's able to get it up ahead. And it comes back to the front of the net. Thompson with a nifty little drop pass there. And now Parker Smith sends it across. Thompson again. Thompson up ahead. Stick check. Breaks that up. And now back the other way. Trying to get over the line and stay onside. But unable to do it are the Stony Plain Eagles. 11:26 left to go in this first period of play. Some physical play so far, but not quite a banger just yet. And it comes back down, and Thompson now in the Innisfail Eagles look to exit. Comes back for Lees. He's picking his way right through the defense, and Rister goes high stick side and off the glass and back out to center. Slammed in by Thompson. Cook couldn't stop it behind the net. Comes around for Nault on the boards. Nault chased by Lizaway. Turns it over. Ty Clay hammers a slap shot in on net. Save is made by Cook. Rebounds loose, and he's able to cover. 10:50 to go in the first period. The Innisfail Eagles get 2 shots credited there, so they're down in that category 4-3 as we approach the midway mark of the first period. Ty Clay with a great chance to rip a slap shot in on goal. But Cook makes the save. Now Mercier comes out. He's had a couple chances already. Wins it back for Dan Vandermeer. Then on the near side, Marianchuk chipped one wide. Stony Plain will try and make an outlet pass. It's blocked. Second try does get it out. And Granger then lost it to Dan Vandermeer. Fakes the slap shot, moves down the right wing side, puts it in on goal. Save is made, and Marianchuk with a tap at the crease there, but it goes just wide, and Stoney will clear to center. Stefanishin takes his man into the boards. Farina back on it for Innisfail. Saucer pass looking for Mercier, intercepted and cleared, then comes back in. And then Stefanishin will take a hit there, but Jonas Gordon is the one who goes down to the ice at center. Stoney gets it in. Setting up from behind the Innisfail net, and the pass, not much on that one-time try as it goes off the heel of the stick of Jordan Pink. Now the Eagles with a stretch pass. Marianchuk's in alone. Marianchuk stopped by the glove of Cook. The best chance of the game for Innisfail, but he cannot find any space on the near side. Innisfail now taking a 5-4 lead in shots. We have passed the midway mark. 9:56 left to play. And a great try there for the Innisfail Eagles to get that long stretch pass for Mike Marianchuk, but Jordan Cook able to deny him. Now, here comes Chad Robinson in conversation with the official. Sets up for the offensive zone draw. He's got Kelly and Simpson out there on this line with him. Robinson goes to the end boards, battling there. Quick turn and a centering feed off a stick ends up in the corner. Going to come back to the point. And a shot attempt there from Joe Vandermeer is blocked by a skate, and it goes all the way down the ice. Joe Vandermeer out there along with McMillan, and Kevin McMillan couldn't get it out on the near side, and Stony Plain will get a shot that's stopped by Climby. Another one from the far wing goes wide, low stick side. Barry holds it in from the point. Down for Stefanishin. He and Vandermeer in the tight quarters in the far side, but Innisfail comes up with it, able to flip it out to center. Kelly takes a hit there from Barry, but did get it deep. And Tomchuk behind the Stony Plain net. 11 minutes gone in this opening period without a goal. Nolt to center. Then ahead for Carson. Carson, backhander. Innisfail ahead for Jones. And then Mercier, cross-ice pass. That is picked off by Switzer. Innisfail defense able to get it back. And Thompson under pressure here. That one gets away. And now Switzer sets it up for Nolt. Nolt goes wide. And he's going to carve around the net. Put it into the crease. And Climby is able to smother it. Pretty good crowd coming into the Twin Arena for this one here tonight. Of course, a lot of visiting supporters to my right. And the home side crowd enjoying game one of the Provincial Senior Men's AAA Final. Face off to the left of Climby. Stony Plain will win the draw and get a point shot through. He's going to make a stick save. Rebound. Nolt shoves it ahead for Switzer. Gets it right back. Centering pass broken up by Thompson. And then off the glass, Eagles get it out and down the ice. Zane Jones coming after this one will nullify the icing. Then gets it up the boards for Arnold. His centering feed is intercepted. Nolt trying to get it out past Rude. He does. And moving up ice, but getting poke check before he could get across the Innisfail line was Jacob Heemstra. Now Rude for Arnold. Chases it down into the Stony Plain zone. Braden Doucette closes him down with a good angling there into the wall and rims it around. Lizaway will keep it in for Innisfail. Back down. Picked up by Stony Plain Switzer, and he'll send one the length of the ice. It's got enough on it to be an icing call. So the officials trying to make sure that the same five that were out there when that was sent down the ice stay out there for Stony Plain. Stony Plain with the last two shots in the game to take a 6-5 advantage there. 7:48 left to play, opening period. Lizaway with Parker Smith on this line. Smith gets it back to Brandon Rude. Across to the far side. A shot did not get through to the net as it hit Boychuk. Now Lizaway for Smith. Back for Lizaway. Poke checked at the front of the goal. Another try, and it'll slide into the crease and be covered up by Cook. Ty Clay, Quentin Lizaway, Parker Smith up front here for Innisfail. Brendan Rude and Jordan Thompson at the point. And now a late change by Kevin Smith as he'll send out Dan Vandermeer and Joe Vandermeer instead. Stony Plain wins the faceoff. Barry up ahead. Granger out to center. Nelson Gadry trying to get it past Dan Vandermeer. Slipped the pass to Granger. Four-player board battle. Innisfail able to headman it to Ty Clay. Rink-wide pass. Here comes Innisfail on the attack. From the wing, a shot by Smith, and then he is taken heavily into the end wall. Great centering pass, though, from Clay. Lizaway just misses. Smith at the far side. Can't jam that one home, and then gets taken down. I believe we got the net off the moorings here, but Lizaway, Smith, and Clay able to create some offense there for the Innisfail Eagles, and their shot total now boosted up to 9. 9-6, 7:01 left to go first period, but no score in the game as of yet. Lees and Thompson, the point men here for Innisfail. Mercier trying to win it back to Marianchuk. Going to go forward, and a diving effort at the crease by Farina, but it does not hit the end of his stick, and Stony Plains Gadry out to center. A diving effort at the Innisfail line. Can't get it through to a teammate. And the board battle ensues. Scrum deep in the Innisfail zone. Trickles free behind the net. Marianchuk reaching for it. He's cut off. Thompson. And Stony Plain, a centering try there by Holman, comes all the way back to the point. Here's Tomchuk, got it through. Climby makes the save, and he's able to get on top of it. Some pushing and shoving here after the whistle as Meeting number 7 of this season between these two Chinook Hockey League rivals. Has 6:30 left to go before our first intermission. 10-7 the shots at this stage. Stony Plain setting things up for this offensive zone draw. Lizaway and Switzer will dig in here. And Lizaway able to win it to McMillan. Wraps it around the wall. Farina clears. Boychuk played it to an open wing. McMillan's got it again. Looking for Farina, but Switzer cut that out and brings it in offside. .6:17 remaining before the first intermission. Farina is going to stay out there along with Lizaway. Stony Plain will win the draw. Boychuk fanned on his first attempt here. Does get it past Farina and in. Gordon goes back for Innisfail. Off the glass. Held in at the line though. Tomchuk's shot got through. Climby kicked it out with the left pad. Now Mercier on it for Innisfail. A couple strides and he's to center. Trying to squeeze down the boards, but Tomchuk takes him out of the play. Farina also taken out by Tomchuk. Mercier trying to pick it free. It's Stony Plain that finds it, however, and Nault makes an outlet to center. Innisfail seizes possession back. And firing it in is Gordon. Stony Plain with Doucette waiting things out. As he surveys, they make changes at the bench. Nelson Gaddery coming out among others. Now he just plays it to center, and Vandermeer's on it for Innisfail. Dan Vandermeer over the line. He gets checked. It's back out to Kelly in the neutral zone. Backhands it in. Nault hands it back to the defense. Doucette ahead for Gaddery. Gaddery down the wing into the Innisfail zone. Vandermeer stays with him. It comes back to the line. Doucette's shot is right on, and Climby with another stop. Fairly even through the first 15 minutes here. Innisfail with a one-shot lead, 10-9. Goal scorers held off by Climby at one end and Cook at the other so far. Off the face-off, here's Barry's shot changing direction into the far corner. Simpson up the boards. Robinson dumps it down. Kelly will chase in after Barry. Two number 11s. Get all tangled up deep in the Stony Plain zone. Comes up the boards. McMillan pinches from the point. And no whistle as of yet. This stalemate finally breaks up with Barry. And Kelly still along the wall. Innisfail able to find it with Simpson. Backhand centering pass blocked. Second one gets through. Vandermeer up from the left point. Vandermeer then dropping it back. Robinson covering up for him there, and he flings one just wide. Innisfail centering pass here. Simpson, but that is thwarted by a stick and goes to the corner. He was wide open for a second in the slot. And now Stony Plain with a long pass. Misses Granger, goes all the way down. And some pressure there for the Innisfail Eagles after getting possession off that board battle. And some tired Stony Plain Eagles out there. Bent over at the waist is David Boychuk, or Nelson Gaddery rather, which of course is always a sign you're a little tired. Marianchuk and Gaddery on the draw, and Gaddery just smashes it forward, and he is desperate to get to the bench, and he will get there. Long pass from Climby for Arnold. He's got to step down the right wing. Arnold moving in. Save is made by Cook. He centers it. Comes all the way back to Thompson. Into the slot for Lees. He loads it up and it gets blocked by Tomchuk. Lees then goes to the wall. He's back on it. Slides away from him. Front of the net. Into the crease where it's scooped up by Jordan Cook. Innisfail coming close, but we remain scoreless. And plenty of conversation after the whistle here, but looks like we'll keep all 10 of the same skaters out there. Zane Jones, big left winger, along with Marianchuk and Arnold. Up front for Innisfail. 3:39 to go before the first intermission. Marianchuk wins the faceoff. Moving to the middle with it is Lee, and it slides away from Lee's and is picked up by Thompson, and he retreats to the Innisfail blue line. Pass up ahead, off of Arnold, off of Jones, in front of the Innisfail bench. Jones now back on it. Jones drops it back. Jesse Lees up ahead. Thompson for Marianchuk, down the wing, into the Stony Plain zone, taken down along the end wall. Puck rattles around, comes back for Thompson, a quick shot, got through, rebound side of the net. Marianchuk is stopped by Cook. Marianchuk had a breakaway earlier, another great chance there. Cook stopped them both. Now here's Lees moving in, and that one trickles just wide. Then Jones is hit from behind into the boards. That's a penalty against Stony Plain. Thompson gets it across. Lees loads it up, and another penalty is going to be called here as Jones took his man down at the front of the net, and that's going to nullify the Innisfail power play as he flattened David Boychuk. So Jones taken to the end wall, but then he comes back with a hit of his own. Lee Gaddery's going to go into the sin bin for Stony Plain. And Zane Jones will head in for Innisfail. 2:48 to go before our first intermission. And that sequence saw another couple cracks at it around the net for Innisfail. Marianchuk stopped at a sharp angle try. Looked like there was some open space, but Jordan Cook got to that post in time to keep it out. We'll remain with full strength here for both teams after those offsetting penalties. Lizaway, Clay, and Parker out there for Innisfail. Stony Plain, backhand try to get it out by Galbraith. And Nault at the line lost it to Clay. Up ahead, here's Parker Smith. He's on the backhand into the crease. He goes off the stick of Cook up in the air. Slammed off the boards to the line. Gordon holds it in for Innisfail. Galbraith spots Nault. Nault then up ahead. Here comes Stony Plain with Switzer's shot stopped by Climby, and he holds it against his chest. Stony Plain stacking together three nice passes there and get out of their zone and get a chance for Switzer. 10th shot registering against Matt Climby in the Innisfail net. Face-off to his left. McMillan is poke-checked. Joe Vandermeer and Switzer for Stony Plain. And in behind the Innisfail net. Tough sledding at the moment. Lizaway nudges it forward. Vandermeer's got it. Vandermeer up ahead. Here comes Ty Clay. Clay from center. Pumps one in wide of the goal. Tomchuk take his time. Missed Nault with that pass, and it's into the Innisfail zone where Mercier starts to crank it up. Mercier, a hard pass for Marianchuk. He's down the right wing at the side of the goal, centering it for Farina, but that's blocked. Ends up in the corner, and it's going to be Nelson Gadry out to center. And then Stony Plain will pick it up. Stefanishin with a bomb wide. It might have hit the outside of the post, and Karam's off the boards back out to the neutral zone. Marianchuk and Vandermeer, and up ahead Mercier. Mercier into the offensive zone. He's still going from a sharp angle. I can't get it to go. Cook trying to cover it. It comes free, and play will continue with 1:10 to go in the first period. Stony Plain is going to send one that goes off the rafters, and we get a break in the action. No score with 1:07 to go first period. It's 16-10. Innisfail leading in shots. Couple more chances in tight, but Jordan Cook stopping both of them for Stony Plain. Now out to center goes Carson. Lees along the boards. Up ahead, the Eagles find Robinson. Robinson shot in and out of the glove. The rebound is loose. Backhander by Simpson. Off the goaltender. Another diving effort by Simpson to center it, but it goes through the slot and will come out of the zone. 45 seconds to go. Up ice. Here comes Chi for Stony Plain. Down the wing. Taken into the boards by Thompson. And then another Stony Plain player. Carson goes down, but Kelly will clear. 34 seconds to go. Here comes Thompson taking the pass. In the zone. Lets the wrister go. And Cook once more shuts the door. Innisfail almost a 2-1 lead in shots now, 19-10, but we are still waiting the first goal of this series with 28.6 seconds left before our first INT. Lizaway for Innisfail on the offensive zone draw. Stony Plain, though, for Tomchuk. Banks it out and down. And this is going to be an icing call. Behind the play with Parker Smith along with David Boychuk. And they continue their conversation after the whistle. They're both down on all fours there for a second, well behind the play. 21.4 seconds to go before our first intermission. Switzer against Lizaway. Parker Smith back to the point, gets a return feed, back to the line. Jesse Lees moves to the middle. Lees finds the lane. The shot off the arm of Cook, and then the net knocked off the moorings as we've got collateral damage there for the Innisfail Eagles with Parker Smith ending up in the blue paint. 11.7 seconds to go. Innisfail now has a 20-10 lead in shots. And more than enough time to get one more good chance here anyway. Jordan Cook, busy first period, facing a shot a minute so far. Off the draw, Marianchuk overskates it. Then to the point, the shot will go wide. Clay looked to redirect. Now here's Thompson, and that one's kicked out. Comes back to the line with 2 seconds left, and the first period is going to come to an end. And the scoring summary, an easy one for that first period. There is no score. Shots did get one more for Innisfail there, 21-10. We'll be back with the call of the second period in a few. Period 2 just underway here in Innisfail. Game 1 of the best of 5 Provincial Senior Men's AAA Final. Innisfail and Stony Plain deadlocked at 0s here after 1. Stony Plain gets it into the attacking zone early here in the second stanza. Thompson picks it up for Innisfail and then decides to reverse it for Jesse Lees. And Lees didn't get much on that pass, but it does work out for Parker Smith. And then his feed goes off the skate of Lizaway. And Stony Plain trying to get it back in with Holman. Sends one wide of the mark. Thompson makes a move to get away from Chi. Stefanition arrives, takes him to the boards. Smith able to clear for Innisfail. Right back in, though, Stony Plain. And now a long pass for Innisfail looking for Clay. It gets by him, and it's on the net, so no icing. And back behind the goal, Doucette for Stony Plain. Around for Stefanition, and now Nelson Gadry. Gadry over the line, slipped into the corner. Picks it up along the end wall, looping behind the Innisfail net. Then for Stefanition, a big right-hand shot down the left, moving to the middle. Lefty move, feeds it out front, and it's flung wide of the net. What a great chance, but Blake Granger misses the mark. Innisfail now will lob a high one out to center. Granger gloves it down. It's hit by Farina, and that's going to be a hand pass as Stefanition plays it for Stony Plain. Mentioned that Stony Plain has 14 AAA titles. That included a string of a dozen in a row from 1991 to 1992 up to 2002 to 2003. Stony Plain also has 2 AA provincial titles, those coming back-to-back in 86-87 and 1987-88. Innisfail off the neutral zone draw. Rattles one in. Marianchuk and Mercer arrive. And it's out to the slot and cleared by Granger. Dan Vandermeer, the 45-year-old from Caroline, pumps it in. Marianchuk sends it back behind the net. Mercer in the far corner. Barry and Mercier up the boards. Stony Plain will make it out to center. One more time, it's Gadry leading a rush. Gadry trying to drop it off for Stefanition. The Eagles turn it back up ice, and here goes Mercier. Clear-cut breakaway on the backhand. Robbed! Sprawling out is Jordan Cook. What a save, and he is now denied both Marianchuk and Mercier on breakaways in this game, and we remain scoreless 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the second period. Mercier had all kinds of time to think about what he wanted to do there. And the Verdun, Quebec product, Pierre-Luc Mercier, 30-year-old, gets denied on the deke to the backhand. To the line, McMillan fans on it. Mercier's got it from the high slot is Rister. Kicked out by Cook. Behind the net, looking for Marianchuk. Stony Plain. Out ahead, Switzer. Looking for Heemstra at center. Heemstra threads it past Vandermeer and in. Now Matt Climby takes his time. He makes the pass to Marianchuk. Marianchuk trying to get it behind the defense, but Mercier unable to stay onside. Innisfail's come out with 3 shots here to none for Stony Plain so far through the first 2 minutes and 41 seconds of the second period. Face-off's going to be to the left of Matt Climby. And Chad Robinson for Innisfail sets it up for McMillan. Out for Simpson. Just turns it into the offensive zone, and Nault will go back. Nault for Heemstra. Off the boards, into the Innisfail zone. Heemstra keeps going forward. Heemstra, low shot. Climby knocks it down with the stick, covers it with the glove. First shot of the second period for the Stony Plain Eagles, and that turned into a dangerous chance there for Heemstra. He'll head off. Innisfail making wholesale changes here. Lizaway centering Smith and Clay. Cheese line out there for Stony Plain. Innisfail wins the draw, and this one wraps around the boards and all the way down. And it is going to be called an icing against Innisfail despite some protesting. Innisfail Eagles won 1980 and 81, and then 1981-82, back-to-back provincial titles. But back then there was no tiering, no senior men's A, AA, or AAA. Those were just provincial titles. Off this face-off, a chance off the post. It's in behind Climby, and he falls on it. And the Stony Plain Eagles ring the bell, but cannot get the opening goal of the game. Innisfail then did win a AA provincial title in 2012-2013, and then also a single A title back in the 90s in 1992-1993. And then, of course, we're up 3-0 in 2020 on these Stony Plain Eagles in a best-of-7 series. That then the Wednesday of that week, everything stopped for the COVID-19 pandemic and never got to finish it. Now up ice, here comes Parker Smith down the wing. His shot is blocked by a stick and ends up going high into the netting, and we'll get a stoppage in play here. It went up in the air for sure. I'm not sure where it came down. Innisfail's bench looked like they wanted play to continue there. Stony Plain with David Boychuk in conversation with tonight's officials. All shake down to a face-off to the left of Jordan Cook, who's been spectacular here, making 24 saves so far. Innisfail with Parker Smith. Turnaround try on a power move down low. That's stopped by Cook. And Stony Plain out to the slot. Smith gets a stick on it. Lizaway in the far side. Back to the line, but that hit one of the defenders, Gaddery, and it gets away from Dan Vandermeer. And then Joe Vandermeer knocked his man down, and we've got an injured Stony Plain Eagle. Knocked down, coming in on the forecheck as he bumped with Vandermeer and then went into the end wall back first. And is this Holman who is slow to get up for Stony Plain? I believe it's Chad Holman. And he immediately was in distress upon hitting the boards. Had enough momentum that he went in there with a thunderous bump. This happens with 15:56 left in the second period of play in a scoreless hockey game. And he is able to get up under his own power. And it is Chad Holman. And he will get to the Stony Plain bench, but certainly moving very gingerly as he does so. Back up on his skates. Trying to shake it out at the Innisfail bench as he converses with the trainer. In the meantime, they set up a face-off just outside the Stony Plain blue line that Nelson Gaddery wins. Stony then clangs one off the glass right to Lees, across to Thompson, hammers it in. Back after it is Galbraith, and Galbraith can't get it past Thompson. Thompson slides one down low for Ty Clay. Along with Parker Smith. Smith into the slot. Lees has moved in. The shot and the save by Cook. And Jordan Cook stops another chance. This time Jesse Lees had it. And Cook got enough of it to stop it and then had it caught up in his equipment and gets the whistle. 26-11. Shots favor the home team, but no score. Off the draw. Here comes Stony Plain to center. Heemstra played it in. Then sticks came up with he and Lees. Lees holding his face as it comes around the boards. And then off of Heemstra, it's out to center. Knocked it over the line. Clay then up ahead for Parker Smith. Smith trying to get past Doucette. Smith then knocks down a clearing attempt. Trying to set it up for Lizaway. It's out to the slot. Comes to Gordon. Gordon fakes it into the far face-off circle. Now back up top. Here's Dan Vandermeer. It's in! Innisfail scores the first goal of the Provincial Best-of-5 series. And the icebreaker comes 5:04 into period number 2. Parker Smith going to lead the high five parade at the bench. We'll see what the official scoring is on this goal, but it was the 45-year-old from Caroline, Dan Vandermeer, that let the shot go. We'll wait for the official announcement, but it is 1-0 Innisfail on the 27th shot at Jordan Cook in the Stony Plain out to center. Knocked it over the line.
The face
Clay,
off.
then up ahead for Parker Smith. Smith wins the draw. Gordon goes rink wide. Here's Farina. Farina backhand try. Stick save made by Cook, and then one of the Innisfail players sliding into the crease. Cook leapt out of the way. That was Simpson. Kelly and Vandermeer will get the assists on the opening goal of the series at 5:04 of the second period, and it is Parker Smith's goal. There's one off the glass. Innisfail out to center. Tomchuk quickly back the other way, and here comes a drive. That's kicked out by Climby. Up the boards, Innisfail's got a 2-on-2 developing here with Marianchuk and Mercier. They crisscross. Mercier goes wide. And out front, Marianchuk with a backhand try on a spinorama there, but not much leverage to get some force on that shot. And it's an easy scoop up and hang on to there for Cook. The Innisfail Eagles finally able to break through and get the opening goal of this one. Parker Smith, 24-year-old from Red Deer, has the opening goal of this provincial final. Here's McMillan with a drive that's blocked off the draw. And now Stony Plain's got a 2-on-1. Here comes Granger down the wing. Granger saucer pass, backhand try in the crease, stopped, and then Climby is able to cover it. Granger and Doucette, and it was on the backhand, kind of backing into the crease there, that Doucette had the attempt. Had some space, it looked like, there under Climby, but he was able to get a piece of it, and then on the scramble in the crease, eventually cover it up. Chad Robinson and Nelson Gadreen off this draw. Stefanishin's shot blocked by the stick of Kelly. Gadry going to get it back to Stefanishin. Robinson to the line. Doucette keeps it in. Stefanishin trying to set up Gadry. Innisfail will get in between and get it out. And then a hand pass in the neutral zone results in a stoppage with 6:17 left to go in our second period of play. Among the stops for Parker Smith included Saskatoon Blades, Vancouver Giants, Spruce Grove Saints, all during his junior time there after coming out of the Red Deer Chiefs U-AAA program. Also the Grand Prairie Storm in the AJHL before off to Red Deer College. Now with the Innisfail Eagles and with the opening goal of this series, Stony Plain. Centering pass deflected to the line. And from a sharp angle, this try gobbled up by Climby. Stony Plain up to 14 shots on the game. 29-14, Innisfail leading in shots. 13:25 left to go second period. Innisfail with the 1-0 lead thanks to the goal by Parker Smith from Richard Kelly and Dan Vandermeer. Nelson Gadry digging in here for this offensive zone draw with Galbraith in behind him. But it's Mercier who wins it for Innisfail. The Eagles set up a breakout. Hard pass to center, knocked out of the air by Mercier, then trying to poke it through the skates of the defender. He does, sets it up in the slot. Here's Zane Jones. Jones on the backhand for Gordon. Shot right on, and Arnold digging away for a rebound, but Jordan Cook has it. The 30th shot of the night for the Innisfail Eagles, who lead this game 1-0. Arnold, Mercier, And Jones now the forward line. Gordon and Vandermeer at the point. Late changes here for Stony Plain. Of the defense pairing, Barry among those coming out. Off the face-off, here's Gordon with a shot fluttering in on goal. Blocker save is made by Cook. Zane Jones then centers it, comes all the way back to Vandermeer. Quick shot, hit his own man at the front of the net, Arnold. And then Arnold behind the net for Mercier. Then for Zane Jones, out front it comes. Bounces all the way back to the point. Gordon across the far side. Vandermeer, and that's off the blocker of Cook to the corner. Arnold holds it in, and his pass is intercepted, and Switzer, the breakaway feed is out of his reach from Nault, and it goes all the way down for an icing against Stony Plain. And the Innisfail Eagles will make wholesale changes with 12:37 to go in period 2 with the 1-0 lead. Parker Smith, the goal scorer, out there on the right wing, along with Lizaway and Ty Clay. Clay on the left wing, off the faceoff as the puck. Shot over top of the net, around the boards. Nault to the line. Lees held it in. Barry now for Stony Plain, deep in his own zone. Around the boards, Ty Clay read that and cut it out. Into the corner for Lizaway. Slips off his stick. Stony Plain to the line and out to center. Lees up ahead. Here comes Parker Smith. Smith over the line, sets it up. Ty Clay's blast is blocked, goes right up in the air. His glove down by Nault, gives it away to Clay, and he hammers another one, this one wide and out to center. Chad Holman is back out there for Stony Plain, so he's shaking off that tumble into the end wall from earlier. As the Innisfail Eagles, 1-0 lead here past the midway mark of the second period. Breakout to center with Mercier leading the rush. Mercier turning on the speed. Mercier into the far corner. Sets it up for Clay, and he gets taken down as he let that shot go. It's kicked out by Cook and cleared. And McMillan's got it. This pass to center, intercepted by Holman, and here comes Stony Plain. Holman. He's got Jordan Shee with him along the boards. Comes back to the point instead. Moving to the middle is Will Tomchuk. Can't get one through. Marion Chuck now for Jesse Lees. Lees backhands it in. Takes Tomchuk to the wall heavily. Another hit is thrown there as in comes Boychuk for Stony Plain. Marion Chuck now for Innisfail. Working with Farina. Behind the net for Mercier. Drops it back to the point. Shot is blocked. McMillan, another try. Low along the ice, just misses. Innisfail. Rude able to keep it in. Mercier behind the net with Marion Chuck through the crease looking for Farina. He gets taken down. I think the net's off its moorings, but Rude will try a shot. Farina at the crease. Got a broken stick there for Boychuk. Here's McMillan moving in. Save is made. Cook, he doesn't have a stick either, but he's got the puck at the bottom of the pile and pushing and shoving after the whistle. And we get a helmet kicked out of the zone, and it's a battle of the birds. That is Farina's helmet that made it all the way out to the red line. He'll scoop that up. But the goaltender, Jordan Cook, lost his stick. David Boychuk, the defenseman, had his stick break. And Innisfail got a great chance from McMillan. But then Jordan Cook sprawled out, dove at the goal line, and covered up the puck. Almost midway through this hockey game, game 1 of a best-of-5 series to decide the senior men's AAA provincial title. And it's Innisfail on the strength of that Parker Smith goal on a deflection of a Dan Vandermeer point shot, that has the lead. That goal came at the 5:04 mark of period 2. Now we've got 10:22 to go in the second as this puck is dropped in and Stony Plain starts forward. Robinson gets back for Innisfail to Kelly. Eagles come 3-on-3 to center. Kelly will wrist it in. Stefanition takes him into the boards. Out of the net comes Cook. He gave it away to Gordon. His shot is blocked, though. And now Kelly with a steal behind the net. Centering feed here. Simpson, and he is denied. Jordan Cook out at the top of the crease takes another point-blank chance away from the Innisfail Eagles. Up to 33-14 shot advantage for the home team. Stony Plain changing the forward line. Switzer and Nault come out. We got too many guys on the ice. You got to send one back. Boychuk, they had 3 defensemen out there. Robinson on the faceoff for Innisfail. Chi wins it for Stony Plain. Behind the net, a battle here. Innisfail Simpson gets taken down. Given a rough ride there by Galbraith as Stony Plain able to flip it out to center. Gordon trying to come right back in. Gordon down the wing. His shot is blocked, and that stung the defense. But Stony Plain will be able to lob it out to center. Now Vandermeer is going to come back up the other side. Plays it wide of the net. Off the boards. We passed the midway mark of the second period. Innisfail with the 1-0 lead. Switzer across the red line for Jordan Chi. 1-on-3. Can't get through the Innisfail defense, and Jones backhands it to center. Jordan Chi sends another one in. Matt Climby out of this goal. Leaves it for the defense. And Gordon spins it up the ice off of Mercier and all the way down. Out of the net comes Jordan Cook. He gave it away to Mercier. And Pierre-Luc Mercier into the corner. Jones with a centering try. Missed Arnold. And Stony Plain will have time. Picking his way up the middle of the ice to center is Pink. Sends it in. Jesse Lee is back for Innisfail. And Lees moves it up ahead for Thompson. A little give and go with Arnold. Gets turned back by Stony Plain. And a centering pass gets away from Lee Gadry. And now it's dumped back the other way in a 2-on-1. Parker Smith down the left wing side. It's Mercier with the puck. Mercier shot. Save is made off the shoulder of Cook. Smith then backhands it right across the goal line through the crease and out. Here's Mercier's drive off a stick and out of play. Another odd man rush try there for the Innisfail Eagles. This time a 2-on-1. Innisfail has had 2 clear-cut breakaways tonight. Both Marion Chuck in the first period and Mercier in the second period here, denied by Jordan Cook on those 1-on-0s. Remains 1-0 Innisfail. Off the face-off, away from the play. We've got a penalty for charging going against the Innisfail Eagles. Parker Smith will go off. And with 8:07 left in our second period of play, Stony Plain gets power play chance number 2. And we've got an unsportsmanlike conduct call going against the Innisfail Eagles. And it's going to be their captain, Chad Robinson. And it's a 2-minute, not a 10-minute misconduct. So it's a 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes. Here's a pivotal point in game 1. Innisfail with a 1-0 lead in the game, but now 2 skaters short for a full 2 minutes or less. Gadry, Granger, Galbraith, and Doucette, the power play unit for Stony Plain. Off the draw, Climby tries to clear, but Galbraith holds it in. Cross for Doucette. Definition. Doucette up top. Galbraith now. His drive is blocked by Simpson. Simpson reaching for it, but it's picked up by Gadry from the slot. Looking for Definition, but Simpson's stick gets in the way again. Definition for Doucette. Switches spots with Galbraith. Down for Gadry. Back up top. He fanned on it, and it's at the line and poked out of the zone by the Innisfail trio in this 5-on-3. Simpson's going to hustle to the bench. Stony Plain to come right up the middle of the ice with Galbraith. Galbraith over the line looking for Granger. Granger turns away from Lizaway. And they get it to the line for Gadry. Nelson Gadry working the power play from the half wall. Goes up top for Galbraith. Now Doucette back for Galbraith. And the shot and the save by Climby. They've killed off the first minute 3 of the 5-on-3, giving up just one shot so far. Simpson had a big block and then a stick in the lane on a setup as they tried to get Stefanishin down low with a one-timer. And the Innisfail Eagles remain up 1-0 with 57 seconds left to kill off of this 5-on-3. Off the draw, it comes back, Stony Plain. Galbraith. Up top, Doucette. Far face-off dot. Stefanishin shot is blocked, and it caroms out of the zone. Gordon with the block. Now Stefanishin down the wing. Vandermeer takes him to the boards. Climby comes out of the net, sets it up for Lees, and he's able to frisbee it out and down. A minute and a half has been killed off on the 5-on-3 by the Innisfail 3. Up ice, here comes Doucette for Gadry. Nelson Gadry with 20 to go in the power play sets it up. Gadry shot, stopped by Climby. Rebound in the crease, still loose. And they set up, and across comes Climby with the stick save of the night. It remains 1-0, 7 to go in the 5-on-3. Down low for Gadry. Into the slot, backhand try stop. Another one stopped as well. Climby kicks it out as he denies Holman. Now the pass comes across with Innisfail getting two players out of the box. They go right back to the far side though for Holman. His try misses glove side. Off the boards. And the Innisfail Eagles get it out, and they have survived a 2-minute 5-on-3, still up 1-0. Tomchuk to center. Off the boards and in. And icing gets waved off. Under 6 minutes to go, second period. Innisfail still clinging to the 1-0 lead. Here comes Lizaway, though, at the line. Stays onside with Ty Clay. In the slot. Shot hits a stick and goes wide. Smith. Stony Plain will break that up and get it out. Thompson at center. Saucers it across for Gordon. Touch pass from Smith to Lizaway. Right back to Smith. Smith to the line for Gordon. Gordon moves in, takes a shot, thwarted by a stick, picked up, and Stony Plain can't get it past Gordon in the neutral zone. 5 minutes to go in period 2, and we finally get a whistle here and can take a breather as the Innisfail Eagles survive the 5-on-3. By my unofficial count, Stony Plain got 4 shots on the 5-on-3, but Matt Climby denied all of them, including a spectacular stick save on what was a wide open net at one point for Holman on a one-timer. Mercier's line out there now for Innisfail with Farina and Marianchuk. He wins the draw. Eagles play it in. Tomchuk hit by Marianchuk. Farina centering pass taken out to center by Gadry of Stony Plain, and now Carlson gets it in deep. Brendan Rood for Innisfail. Long pass now for Marianchuk. Into the offensive zone. Lays it in behind the net for Farina. Tried to get it out for Mercier, but one more time Lee Gadry was there, and then Gadry run into by Marianchuk, and Mercier's got it. Mercier centers it. Marianchuk goes under his stick, and then Carlson chopped it past Rood and down the ice. McMillan's got a hustle. He gets back, sets it up for Brendan Rood. Rink wide for Mercier. Mercier a 3-on-2 for Innisfail. Mercier to the front of the net looking for the stick of Arnold, just misses. Back the other way, Stony Plain now. Up the wing. Granger bumped off the puck. Jesse Lees will take it away. Lees up for Jones. Zane Jones got some space. His shot right on. Save made by Cook. Nelson Gadry. Challenged by Arnold. Gives it away. Jones finds it. Zane Jones carving around the net. Back to the point. Here's the try by Joe Vandermeer. Bounds wide. Jesse Lees up from the left point. And he's taken out by 2 Stony Plain defenders. And he's drawn a penalty. It's going to be roughing. 3:28 to go in the second period. Innisfail leading 1-0 with a 36-19 advantage in shots. And now for the first time tonight, a power play chance for the Southern Birds. Power play unit is going to consist of Quinton Lizaway, Ty Clay, Parker Smith, Jesse Lees, and Jordan Thompson. Late change for Stony Plain here to get Doucette out there on defense. So with 3:28 to go in the second period, Innisfail's first power play try. They win the draw. Thompson has it. Set up the umbrella here. Thompson across to the far side. And now here's Lees. That one off of Ty Clay and up over top of the net. Clay from the far corner. Along the boards. Back to the point for Thompson. Thompson shot. Lots of traffic there. And it hits the defender, Boychuk, and bounds all the way out. Boychuk is still down on his knees. Innisfail trying to get back in. And now as Gadry had possession for a second there, they blow the whistle. And that's going to allow Stony Plain to get some help here for David Boychuk. And he has not moved much since blocking that shot and went off his skate boot. Not sure which leg, but he has not tried to put any pressure on either leg just yet. First 29 seconds of this Innisfail power play is expired. Haven't got a shot through to the net yet. Had the Ty Clay deflection from the slot that went up over top of the goal. And then that one from Thompson that chopped down Boychuk. And now he is getting some help to get to the bench, but it looks to be his right foot that bore the brunt. What do we got here? 2:58 left to go here before the second intermission. A minute 31 of power play time. And the Eagles win the draw. Thompson has it across the far side. Here's a shot. Rebound loose into the crease. Still loose. Bounces away. Ty Clay will get to it in the far corner. Clay sends it behind the net. Parker Smith is there. Behind the net for Clay. Off the boards. Back to the point for Thompson. Cross to the far side. Lees for Thompson. Thompson with a high shot. That hits somebody at the front of the net. Goes to the far boards. Lees trying to hold it in. The Stony Plain Eagles get it out. Under 2.5 to go in the second period. Innisfail Eagles unsuccessful through the first minute 10 of their opening power play chance of this series. And here comes Dan Vandermeer to the Stony Plain line. Around the net. Jordan Chi was right there with him. Farina is there along with Marianchuk now, but time ticking away on the power play. Comes back to the line. Jesse Lees, or Big Bird Vandermeer with it. Dan Vandermeer to the far side. Gets the return pass, settles it down. Cross it goes. Here's a drive by Mercier, and that stays out into the corner. Gordon arrives, gets cross-checked down to the ice, taken into the boards. Power play's about to expire. Marianchuk around for Mercier. Pierre-Luc Mercier slips past a check. One hands it down low. They get it out front, get a one-time try, and the save is made, though, off of Farina, and now into the crease. It's Farina, stopped by Cook. So Innisfail piles in 3 more shots, but cannot build on the 1-0 lead during that power play. Innisfail had a 21-10 lead in shots through the first period. 18-9 lead here in that category in period 2, with a minute 20 left to go before our second intermission. Chad Robinson on the faceoff here in the offensive zone for Innisfail. Goes to the boards. Riley Simpson and Chad Robinson working for Innisfail. Also Kelly. Richard Kelly for Simpson in the far corner. Cycles it back for Kelly. Dodges the referee. Gets it back for McMillan. Then for Robinson. Chad Robinson. Little stop and start. Back to the point for McMillan. Just has to dump it right back down low for Robinson. Under a minute to play. Robinson centering try. That's picked off and backhanded out of the zone by Spencer Galbraith. And McMillan will get it across for Joe Vandermeer. Back for McMillan. Out for Simpson. Just going to chip it in. And that's going to be an icing against Innisfail. Kelly was hustling, trying to get to the bench. A couple of tired Innisfail Eagles there. And are they going to get them to the bench here? I don't think Robinson's going to be allowed to get to the bench. 32 seconds left to go in the second period, and Innisfail up 1-0 on that Parker Smith goal, 5:04 into this second period. From the point, here's Tomchuk. That's going to go high and hits the dasher and stays in play. Stoney on in the corner. Wide open chance here from the slot. Climby's got it. Match definition allowed to crank one from between the circles, and Climby keeps it out. The 20th shot that he has faced, the 20th shot that he has stopped. 20.9 seconds to go in period 2 as Gadry and Stony Plain will have another offensive zone draw here at least to work with. Tie up off the face-off. Innisfail's going to get it out. Tomchuk is going to get drilled at the red line, and they get it in. And Thompson, with 10 seconds left to go in the period, goes back for Innisfail. Slips it up the wall, past Jones and out. 5 seconds left. Tomchuk at the Stony Plain line, gives it away to Jones. And Jones, run into by Definition, who then lined him up and looked like he was going to take another go at him. But the two big bulls dodge each other as the buzzer goes, and that is it for 2 periods of play. Innisfail with a 39-20 lead in shots. So 18-10 in that period. Innisfail outshot Stony Plain. The lone goal at 5:04, Parker Smith from Richard Kelly and Dan Vandermeer. Back in a moment with And off of Heemstra, it's out to center. Knocked it over the line. Clay, then up ahead for Parker Smith. Smith trying to get past Doucette. Smith then knocks down a clearing attempt, trying to set it up for Lizaway. It's out to the slot, comes to Gordon. Gordon fakes it. In Innisfail, up 1-0 on that Parker Smith goal. 5:04 into this second period. From the point, here's Tomchuk. That's going to go high and hits the dasher and stays in play. Stony on in the corner. Wide open chance here from the slot. Climbey's got it. Match definition allowed to crank one from between. And then off of Heemstra, it's out to center. Knocked it over the line. Clay, then up ahead for Parker Smith. Smith trying to get past Doucette. Smith then knocks down a clearing attempt, trying to set it up for Lizaway. It's out to the slot, comes to Gordon. Gordon fakes it into the far face-off circle. Now back up top. Here's Dan Vandermeer. Welcome back to Innisfail for period number 3. The Innisfail Eagles get the opening goal of this series off the stick of Parker Smith. 5:04 into period number 2. Deflecting home a point shot past Jordan Cook. Dan Vandermeer let it rip from the right point. Richard Kelly also picked up an assist on it. And that's all we got so far. 21-10 in the first period, 18-10 in the second period for a 39-20 advantage in shots for the home side here, but just a slim 1-0 lead. Innisfail 0 for 1 on the power play here tonight. That came late in the second period. Stony Plain is 0 for 3. The second period, though, was a 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes. They got 4 shots, and Matt Climey made one heck of a save off a one-timer from Chad Holman. So let's go to center ice. Let's go Innisfail Eagles. Period 3 is underway. Climey will stop it at the side of the net for Joe Vandermeer. Jesse Lees played for Clay, then for Lizaway. He's going to drop it back for Vandermeer. Lees for Parker Smith. Knifes it into the Stony Plain zone, sending Galbraith back after it. His pass hits the skate of Nelson Gadry. Then Stefanishin gets it ahead for Gadry. He's got to step down the wing. He's going to delay, drop it back for Doucette, and that one stays out. Not sure if that hit the defenseman or the goaltender, but it stays out, and now Galbraith will play it up the boards. Lizaway knocked it down. Then a hard pass off the end of the stick of Ty Clay. And Jordan Cook wants to play it up ahead for Stefanishin, and he does. Stefanishin didn't get much on that one-timer to dump it in. Now he comes in after it. Along the boards, the Eagles are able to slide it out and down the ice. Tomchuk gave it away to Farina. He's able to wait for Marianchuk to get onside. Now he moves in and fires one high. It's up and out of play. And then Farina knocks down Boychuk. Boychuk is back out there after he had to get some assistance from a teammate and the trainer to get to the Stony Plain bench in the second period after blocking a shot on the Innisfail power play. Went off his right skate. He's back out there now, though, and seems to have been able to shake it off. Off the draw, it comes back for Gordon, and it's just wide. Vandermeer thought about pinching up, but Nault got there, and now Vandermeer holds it in, dumping it into the far corner. Tomchuk out to center. Here comes Stony Plain trying to turn it into a 2-on-1. Nault will drive the net. The shot goes off of the stick of Climby to the corner and off the boards and all the way around. Heemstra let the shot go. Now back the other way comes Gordon. He gets taken out of the play. That looked like interference, but play continues. And now something happened with the goaltender Cook, and he is slow to get up. Marianchuk out of the corner for Farina. Marianchuk got flattened by Boychuk, and he's slow to get up. Mercier for Gordon. Down for Mercier. Farina will pick it up. Tomchuk trying to stay with him. A spinorama in behind the net. And Farina trying to shake free from Tomchuk. Twisting and turning. And now taken into the boards. Marianchuk arrives. Along with Boychuk. We passed the 2-minute mark of the third period. Still 1-0 Innisfail. Back to the line. Here's McMillan's shot. Cook makes the save. Stony Plain. An errant pass is going to get by everybody and all the way down, and it'll be an icing call. Eagles are up to 41 shots on the night, 41-22, but just a 1-goal lead. Here comes Chad Robinson, Riley Simpson, and Richard Kelly. Brendan Rood at the point, along with Kevin McMillan. McMillan will hold it in off the face-off for Simpson. Comes out front, and Switzer is there for Nault. Nault dumps it in. Climby and McMillan, and now Robinson. Eagles break out. Kelly deflects it in. Out of the net comes Cook. Around for Carlson. Kick down along the end wall. Past Simpson. Pink up the boards for Holman. Stoney's out to center. She and Carlson. Carlson hammered by Brendan Rood. That draws a big round of applause from the Innisfail supporters. As it'll get to the line, but not out, and it gets through to the net, and a left pad stop has to be made by Climby. Rood now takes his men into the boards on the far side, and the puck bounds down the ice and will be picked up by Jordan Pink. 3.5 into the third. Innisfail still up by 1. Lees for Innisfail. Ahead to center now, carried by Zane Jones. Lobs one in, glove down by Jordan Cook. Cook spins it around past Jones to the line. Thompson, and then off a stick and up and out of play. It was a hard pass right across the blue line from Thompson for Jesse Lees. A hot one to handle, and it's up and out of play with 16:10 left to go in regulation time. Jordan Cook went down there when the Innisfail was in the offensive zone. If we rewind the tape about a couple minutes ago. But he looks to be okay here. Not sure if he just got run into in the crease there or not. Off this face-off, Jones and Stefanishin come together, and Stony Plain is able to poke it down the ice. Gadry and Thompson. And Gadry into the slot, wide open, and Stefanishin. He misses the net off the end wall. It's picked up along the boards, shoveled up by Innisfail, and Mercier lost it. Stefanishin to the front of the net. Poke check's made by Climby, though, and he keeps it away as it gets out to center. And off of Stony Plain's forward, and another chance in tight here, and it's a save off of Granger this time. And now here's Stefanishin, and Climby's got that one. Stefanishin had a great chance but missed the net, and now he hammers one from the high slot, but Climby stops that as well. Climby has kicked out all 25 Stony Plain shots with 15:32 to go. 1-0 Innisfail on that Parker Smith second period goal. Switzer and Elizaway on this draw, and it's Ty Clay out to center. Off the boards and in. Lizaway going to catch up to it. Boychuk going to catch up to him. Clay Reaching for it with Heemstra. It's to the line for Gordon. Across Dan Vandermeer. Shot off a stick and wide. Here comes Stony Plain. Jacob Heemstra out to center. Two players, Gordon for the Eagles, Switzer for Stony Plain, tumble to the ice. Lizaway sets it up for Clay. He'll bring it in. Rips a slap shot. It's just high, trying to go short side. Off the glass far corner, it's Parker Smith. It's side of the net, a great chance there, but it's Lizaway denied by Cook. And now Switzer. Far corner, comes up and off a stick and out and down the ice it goes. Vandermeer will chase after it. And it's going to be an icing call here against Stony Plain. We've got 14:38 to go. Again, game one of this best of five Chinook Hockey League and Provincial Senior Men's AAA Championship Series. Innisfail with a 42-25 lead in shots. And that slim 1-0 lead in the game. But an icing by Stony Plain and an offensive zone draw that Innisfail wins. Vandermeer. Downside of the net, Robinson in tight. Cook gets the glove out. The 43rd shot that he's faced. 42nd save that he has made. Robinson, Kelly, and Simpson stay out for Innisfail. Robinson unable to win the face-off. Stony Plain, Barry with a chance to get it out. Uses the glass. McMillan knocked it down. Kelly backhands it right back in. Galbraith busts out for Stony Plain over the Innisfail line. Galbraith into the slot. A great chance here. Lee Gadry is stopped by Climby. The right pad is there.
Holy moly, what a goalie! Woo!
That is the 26th stop for Matt Climby. So the 40-year-old keeping his team out in front. Local defenseman Brendan Root has got a cheering section here. They're begging for him to get a shift, but with the 1-goal lead in the third period, he remains on the bench. Innisfail able to get it out to center. Farina had it stripped away by Holman. And out to center. Lee Gadry can't catch up with it. Now Mercier for Innisfail. To an open wing. Farino skate onto it. At the dot. Can't control cleanly. Taken to the boards. Puck's going to rim around to the far side. Lees will keep it in for Mercier. It's in his skates and then picked out. And out to center goes Stony Plain. The dump-in attempt by Galbraith is blocked by Thompson. And Farino, one against the world here, brings it in. He's down the wing. Off the boards, he finds Mercier. Mercier wide open. Here's Jesse Lees. Misses, trying to go far shelf. It's off the boards. And Lee Gadry will speed out to center, but doesn't have much energy left here. And he gets caught up to by two Innisfail Eagles who poke it free for Farina. Thompson then trying to send it around behind the net, but that's going to be picked off by Nelson Gadry. Back to the point. Here's Barry's shot off an ankle and into the far corner. Parker, Smith, and Thompson for Innisfail. Parker, Smith. Instead, it's going to be Stony Plain. Galbraith. Now Innisfail will get in between with Farina. And he took a hit but got it ahead. Here comes Mercier, 1-on-2. What a move. Trying to catch up to it on the other side. But it's knocked out to center. Innisfail on a backhander. 7.5 minutes into this third period. The Southern Birds send it in. Stony Plain looking to break out with Nelson Gadry. Slid away from him at center. Zane Jones has it. Back for Dan Vandermeer. Then Gordon up ahead. Lizaway and Jones stay on side. Lizaway gets to the end boards after it. Can't get it out front, however, with Barry there for Stony Plain. Gordon took it away from Stefanishin, and it's into the Stony Plain bench. We've got 12:06 remaining. Innisfail, 43 shots to 26 for Stony Plain. And a big power forward line here with Clay on one side, Jones on the other. Out there for Innisfail. Lizaway in between, wins the draw for Gordon. Cross for Vandermeer. Point shot's going to go just wide. Galbraith has it for Stony Plain. along with Switzer. Lizaway, but at Stony Plain, keeping possession. Nudging it forward and out to center. Vandermeer for Ty Clay. Off the glass and in. Clay and Lizaway go for a change. Galbraith behind the net. It's caught up to by Jones. He lost his stick, tried to kick it out front. Robinson's line starting to come out now for Innisfail as it goes back into the home team zone. Then ahead to center. Jones will deflect it down the ice. He heads off for a change. Doucette. They'll send it around to the far side. Simpson out to center. Rude out there now along with Joe Vandermeer. It's Vandermeer up for Mercier. Mercier into the offensive zone. Looking for Robinson, but Holman is there. Robinson gets it back. Down low, Stony Plain's Pink. And it's off a stick up into the netting. And the fans down to our right got their wish. Brendan Rude got a shift here for Innisfail. And will he be able to stay out for this faceoff? It's going to come out to the neutral zone. 1-0. 9:02 into the third period of play of game one. Jordan Shee wins the faceoff. Carlson goes back after it. Giveaway. Simpson moving in. Save is made by Jordan Cook at the line. Brendan Rude. Slap shot off a stick and wide out to the side of the net. Kelly jams away, but it's Cook who's got it. Now one more round of the Ruder chants from a big group down to my right. Brendan Rude will stay out. 10:42 left in the third period. Innisfail up to 44 shots, but just one has beaten Jordan Cook. Eagles win the draw. Here's Rude's shot, knocked down. Backhand try by Kelly is blocked and to the corner. Out front, they look for Simpson, but it's Boychuk to Holman and down the ice. Lee Gaddery and Brendan Rude, and it's an icing against Stony Plain as Rude wins the foot race. Jordan Cook, again, a 29-year-old from Leduc, most recently playing over in Romania as he's got dual citizenship, Canadian and Romanian. And after Kelowna Rockets of the WHL and the University of Saskatchewan, playing some pro hockey over there and looking great here in this one. 43 saves so far, keeping his team in it. Innisfail off the draw. Holding it in. Marianchuk, side of the goal shot, hits the skate of Boychuk and goes out of play. Almost midway through the third period, 10:09 to play. Innisfail Eagles would love to double this lead and give themselves some breathing room coming down the stretch, and to try and do that, Kevin Smith will keep Farina and Mercier out there along with Marianchuk. Win the draw, but Thompson has got to get challenged and then wrapped up and taken down by Nelson Gadry. That's a penalty against Stony Plain. Innisfail springs it up ahead for Farina. Down the right wing into the offensive zone comes Farina. The extra attacker is out there on the delayed call, and now the whistle will go before Innisfail can get a shot. But Nelson Gadry with a offensive zone penalty, wrapping up Thompson and taking him down. And the Innisfail Eagles, who are 0 for 1 on the power play, coming late in that second period, got 3 shots on their first power play chance. We'll get another one here, and that all-important insurance goal. Can they find it on this power play try? Lizaway wins the draw. Vandermeer at the center point. Gonna crank one. Stop is made by Cook. Gordon rattles it around, and the net is off its moorings behind Jordan Cook. "11 seconds into this power play. Gordon and Vandermeer at the point. Lizaway, Clay, and Smith up front. Clay to the line for Vandermeer. Cross for Gordon. Back for Vandermeer. Right back to Gordon. Up top, Vandermeer. Here's the drive, and it's kicked out. Gordon has the rebound. Behind the net. Smith centers it all the way back to the line. Vandermeer had trouble with it. Vandermeer gives it away. Gordon able to keep it in. Clay downside of the net. Smith out front. Gordon, shot blocked. And it's underneath the defender, and able to get the whistle is Blake Granger. What an effort there by Granger after it looked for a second like Stony Plain would have a shorthanded 2-on-1. And then seconds later, Innisfail had a 4-on-2 from the slot on down. But Granger blocks the shot and gets the whistle. Thompson and Lees now as the point men for the final minute 18 of this power play. Mercier, Marianchuk, and Farina up front. Farina sends it around. Thompson, right-hand shot at the left point, fielded it well off the wall. Then for Marianchuk. Then for Farina, wrapped up by Boychuk. Behind the net, Mercier speeds it around the wall for Lees. Across for Thompson. He moves in. Thompson's shot is right on. And Jordan Cook with one more save as Innisfail is approaching 50 shots in this game with still 8:41 left to play. Officially 48-26 are the shots. 53 seconds left in this power play. Stony Plain able to get it out off the faceoff. Thompson for Mercier. And that pass gets away, and Stony Plain's able to loft one down the ice. There is 35 seconds left to go in this power play as Innisfail with Lees leading this rush right up the middle of the ice to center. Right wing for Thompson. He's onside. Moves in, looking for the stick of Lees. Save is made by Cook. And then off the far boards, Marianchuk and Boychuk battle for it. 17 seconds left in the power play. To the line for Thompson. Across for Lees. Down into the corner. Mercier. Last call for the power play. 5 seconds left for a Thompson drive that's wide. In behind the net. Eagles are on it. Back to the point. Here's Mercier. Rips one. Save is made. Cook. Rebound is dumped the length of the ice. And it is an icing against Stony Plain as Innisfail is up to 50 shots, registering 5 on that power play, but it remains 1-0 with 7:39 to go. Lizaway, Parker Smith, Ty Clay out there, comes back to the point. Joe Vandermeer turns, cranks one at the net. It stays out, and Stony Plain with Gadry up ahead for Heemstra. He gets cut off, though, by Joe Vandermeer. McMillan to Vandermeer. Back for McMillan. To center. Can't enter the offensive zone. Gadry back the other way. Had his attempt blocked by Lizaway right at the red line. And now McMillan and Tomchuk come together. Tomchuk out to center. He's got Granger. Granger up into the Innisfail zone, but Nelson Gadry's offside. Game 2 coming up St. Patrick's Day in Stony Plain. Game 3 back here 1 week from tonight. This best-of-5 series with Innisfail leading 1-0, 7:04 to go here in Game 1. Innisfail Eagles ahead to center. Big hit thrown there by Gadry, but Innisfail does get it in. Jordan Cook out of the net. Stony Plain, they miss Spencer Granger and his mustache on the near side, and it goes all the way down for an icing. Down to 6:45 in regulation time. The shots, again, a 2-1 margin here tonight in favor of Innisfail, 50-26, and just under 2-1. Farina on the draw against Gadry. Nelson Gadry wins it. Lizaway slipped away off of his stick right to Nelson Gadry. Makes his way to center, trying to enter along with Stefanishin. Turned back by Dan Vandermeer. To the line, here's Barry. It's off a stick, and it goes wide into the corner. Lizaway and Nelson. Innisfail able to get it ahead. Here comes Ty Clay. Clay trying to split the defenders, but it's going to slide through to the far corner. Here comes Zane Jones. Throws a big hit on Barry. Comes back to the line. Here's Brandon Rude. Shot. Stick save is made. And Robinson along with Arnold for Innisfail. Robinson behind the net. Arnold couldn't come up with it cleanly. Now he's got it. Turns it back around. Robinson puts one at the net. Stony Plain, though, going to be able to get it to the line, but Brendan Rude keeps it in. Rude then runs into his man along the near boards, Granger. Rude keeping it in. And Stony Plain able to get it to Tomchuk. And they get out to center with Holman. Poke check by Joe Vandermeer. And now just able to get it away from Arnold was Boychuk. Here comes Rude. He sends it in. Barry for Stony Plain. Eventually it comes out to center for Thompson of Innisfail. Drives one at the net. Save is made. The rebound gets away. Arnold and Boychuk after it. Boychuk able to break it up with a stick, and then he's going to take Arnold to the boards. Arnold still has it. Back to the line. Moving to the middle. Here's Lee's. Shot up high. Shoulder save is made there by Cook. Holman just gets it ahead. Now Thompson with a diving effort, but it's past him and all the way down. And Lee Gadry for Stony Plain. Out front, off a stick. Innisfail comes up with it. There's under 5 minutes to play as Farina's out to center. Farina can't get it in as it's picked off there by Lee Gadry, and then he'll fling it out of play. A stoppage with 4:40 left to go. Parker Smith at 5:04 of the second period is the only goal we've seen in this game tonight. Richard Kelly and Dan Vandermeer, the only other two players with points in this game. They got the assists. And Jordan Cook for Stony Plain has made 52 saves. Farina off the offensive zone draw here, controlling for Innisfail. Along with Mercier. His stick was all tied up. And now Gordon pinched in, but Nault will get it out. Marianchuk back for Dan Vandermeer at his own blue line. Up ahead for Mercier. Sends it in. Farina, turnaround shot. It'll deflect out of play as he ripped that one from the right wing circle. Innisfail, 54 shots to 27 for Stony Plain, with 4:12 remaining and a 1-0 lead for the home team. Trying to get to the finish line, 4 more miles to go. Pile up of players here off this face-off, but Stony Plain has it. Long pass left wing for Granger. Up ahead for Nelson Gadry. All the way back to the point. Downside of the net, Stefanishin. Matt Stefanishin. 2 Eagles right there with him, including Dan Vandermeer. Eagles get it behind the net for Gordon. Gordon safely plays it around for Arnold. Arnold and Kelly into the Stony Plain zone. Barry rattles the wall here on the near side with a hit on Kelly. Up is Parker Smith to keep it in for Innisfail. His centering try is blocked. And Nelson Gadry flips it out. Kelly for Lees. Now Thompson. Thompson in the offensive zone. Thompson from a sharp angle. Blocker save made. And then the whistle is going to go as Barry tumbles into the end wall. And we're down to 3:18 to play. Innisfail keeping the pressure on. We'll take as many offensive zone faceoffs as they can get. This one's going to be to the right of Cook. With Lizaway able to win it from Chi. Lee's shot is blocked and down the ice it goes. Climby gave it away in the far corner to Jordan Chi. Lizaway closes down on him. There's Holman with a chance. It's up over top of the net. And Stony Plain on the outside. The cycle broken up, though, by Innisfail's Jesse Lees, and he'll lead the rush. Lees takes the shot. Save is made by the blocker of Cook. Rebound was there, but Stony Plain turns up ice. Stony Plain with Chi on a 3-on-3. Shot, climbing the save. Rebound! He covers it, and the net gets knocked off. And then everything breaks down, and they pair off. Galbraith, feistiest of the bunch here. Trying to get the collar of Jesse Lees, but the linesman will separate them. 2 minutes and 40 seconds is all that's left. Linesman will have to reset the net behind Matt Climby. He's now made 29 saves, rather. And the face-off is going to come out of the zone. The Stony Plain defense, including Galbraith, got involved in that scrum after the 29th save of the game for Matt Climby. Mercier and Gadry, and it's Mercier. Mercier over the Stony Plain line for Farina. Pass in his skates. Farina taken to the end boards heavily by Boychuk. Then Mercier flattens his man, but Stony Plain's got the puck and is away to center. 2-on-2. It's Granger with Gadry. Gadry from a sharp angle. Centering feed through the slot. And Innisfail will get a clear, and Doucette's got to go back. Just over 2 minutes to go in regulation time. Gadry for Galbraith. Galbraith. Shot is blocked by Joe Vandermeer. Another shot. This one is blocked by Jones. And now Vandermeer will dump it down the ice. Under 2 to play. Doucette for Stony Plain. Trailing by a goal. Here comes Switzer. Can't get past Mercier. And Lee Gadry now dealing with Arnold. Arnold and Zane Jones. And it's Jones keeping it in. Jones to the slot. Gets hit up high and spun around. Lost the puck. Stony Plain able to clear. All the way down the ice. Does it have enough on it? It does. It's an icing, and we have 92 seconds remaining. Stony Plain with defensive zone draw here. Arnold for Innisfail against Switzer of Stony Plain. Off the draw, it's wide of the net. Galbraith stumbles. Innisfail's got it. Wrap around. Score! They're going to wave it off. They're waving it off. They wave it off. The referee emphatically waved it off. Richard Kelly wrapped it around. Jordan Cook came across. The referee waved it off. The net came off the moorings, I believe is what the referee is going to say, as Cook tried to get there to stop the Richard Kelly wraparound. The face-off's going to be in the Stony Plain zone. Again, the referee waved it off. To me, it did not look like the net came off the moorings, but the referee emphatically waved it off. Richard Kelly should have a goal to go with his assist, but it's going to remain 1-0 Innisfail. The officials are going to go over and talk with Kevin Smith. The Innisfail coaching staff, Ryan Dodd there as well. Actually, Kevin Smith staying in behind. And Innisfail Eagles are not going to win this argument. It remains 1-0 with 1:25 to play. On the face-off for Innisfail is Brandon Arnold. Comes back, and Stony Plain will get it out and down the ice. This is another potential icing, and it is. So a few more seconds off the clock. We're down to 1:17 left to go in game one. Richard Kelly stays out there on the wing. Arnold and Robinson up front as well. Lees and Thompson at the points. Holman, though, wins the draw for Stony Plain. Up the boards. Minute 10 to go. Here comes Holman, 1-on-3. Racing back is Arnold. Holman flips it at the net. Climbing makes the save. And now with 1:06 left to go, Jordan Cook is going to go to the Stony Plain bench. And the extra attacker will be out there for an offensive zone faceoff. And will we see a timeout called here as well? Yes, we will. So Brian Forsland. Ryan Forsland, head coach of the Stony Plain Eagles. The 48-year-old from Sherwood Park gathers his troops around and tries to find a play that will result in a tying goal here late in the third period of game one. Matt Climby for the Innisfail Eagles with 30 saves on the night. Innisfail up 1-0 on the Parker Smith goal, leading in shots 56-30. Innisfail has Lizaway, Parker Smith, Ty Clay. Here comes Nelson Gadry, Matt Stephanician, Switzer, and others for Stony Plain. Minute 6 to go. Innisfail up 1-0. Off the face-off. Dog pile. It goes to the corner. Lees is there. And he flips a high one out. Doucette and Carlson come back after it. And it's an icing against Innisfail. And that killed off 13 seconds. So Kevin Smith trying to lead the Innisfail Eagles in his first year here to his first playoff victory. 49-year-old from Banff watches as it's dropped in, and Innisfail able to get it out. Gordon with a great effort. Down the ice it goes. Doucette chased by Lizaway. It's not going to be an icing. Doucette out to center. Gadry comes up with it. Nelson Gadry down the wing, cutting to the middle. It slides away from him to the far corner. Chased down by Ty Clay. Taken to the boards with 33 seconds left. Innisfail picks off a pass. Out to center. Up the wing. Chance at the empty net. Wide. Missing the empty net. Looking for his second goal of the game was Parker Smith. Here's Stony Plain with Gadry and 18 seconds left. They are offside at the Innisfail line. And after the whistle, we get a grappling match going on with Gadry involved for Stony Plain. And piling down to the ice here. And we get Stephanician and Gordon all tied up. 14.9 seconds left as the Battle of the Birds sees at least 6 players pairing off here in the Innisfail zone. 14.9 seconds left. There's going to be a face-off in the neutral zone based on that offside. And Stony Plain's net is going to remain empty. See if there's penalties that have to shake down here first. Nelson Gadry has been shown the gate. Ty Clay has gone into the Innisfail penalty box. Nelson Gadry goes to the Stony Plain locker room. Stony Plain has used its timeout. And the extra penalty is going against Stony Plain. So the Innisfail Eagles get a power play here late in the third. They're 0 for 2 so far. And that's going to take the face-off into the Stony Plain zone as well. So Jordan Cook's got to come back into the net. And Innisfail's power play unit will have Lizaway, Marianchuk, and Arnold. And the two Vandermeers, Joe and Dan.
Let's go, White!
14.9 seconds to play in game number one. Innisfail going to win the faceoff, could just play keep away here to the finish line. Stony Plain has got to get this drawn, get the goaltender out. It's Arnold, point blank chance. He's stopped by Cook. Tomchuk hammers it around the boards. Joe Vandermeer will keep it in. Vandermeer for Lizaway. 6 seconds left. Waits, fires. Save is made. Cook. They set it up for Arnold. He misses. 2 seconds left. Joe Vandermeer's got the puck. The buzzer goes, and the Innisfail Eagles have their first playoff win here in 2023. Kevin Smith gets his first win in the playoffs as head coach of the Innisfail Eagles. It's a 30-save shutout for Matt Climby. The lone goal, 5:04 into the second period for Parker Smith. Dan Vandermeer and Richard Kelly pick up the other points. Innisfail outshoots Stony Plain 58-30 and takes game one of the best-of-5 series. It's high fives on home ice. Innisfail wins 1-0. Game 2 coming up in Stony Plain next week. My name is Galen Hartvickson. Enjoy your Saturday night.